3 days before the summit in Alaska, Donald Trump is making his position clear. He assures that it will take him mere minutes to work out what Putin is thinking.
Well, we're going to have a meeting with Vladimir Putin, and at the end of that meeting, probably in the first 2 minutes, I'll know exactly whether or not a deal can be made. Because that's what I do, I make deals.
Peace in Ukraine must be achieved, and at stake are the lives of innocent people who are shelled every day by the Kremlin's army. But this is to end, and Donald Trump is setting the terms. The cards are in the hands of the strongest, and the strongest in this game is Donald Trump, both economically and militarily. Donald Trump has the aces up his sleeve here, and he will be the one to make an offer to Putin. I personally believe that Putin will accept it. Of course, it won't be so smooth and beautiful. There will be some problems, and there will certainly be violations of this truce. But the main trend will be maintained, meaning that Russia will not push further toward Western Ukraine. In Alaska, final preparations are underway for Friday's meeting between Trump and Putin. It is in Anchorage, the largest city in Alaska, that the fate of this war will be decided.
We're going to see what he has in mind, and if it's a fair deal, I'll reveal it to the European Union leaders and to the NATO leaders, and also to President Zelensky. I think out of respect, I'll call him first, and then I'll call them after. And I may say, lots of luck, keep fighting, or I may say we can make a deal.
The events in Alaska will be watched not only by Kyiv, but also by Berlin and Paris. Brussels sent a statement signed by 26 EU member states to Washington. The EU welcomes Donald Trump's measures, but also fears that the American president will do what Europe's leaders have failed to achieve. Ukrainians must have the freedom to decide their own future, and a diplomatic solution must protect the interests of Ukraine and Europe. And it is precisely the interests of Europe, above all Berlin and Paris, that are at stake here. EU institutions want to take over more powers from national governments, which is a way of legitimizing the federalization of the European Union. And many politicians simply want this. The idea is to expand the military economy in Europe, with most of the money going to France and Germany. Berlin wants to push American troops out of Europe to save the failing Bundeswehr, a move that will certainly not prevent any potential future Russian aggression. Especially since, as the president of Ukraine warns, Russia is already moving troops and equipment to Belarus. Officially, this is due to the Russian-Belarusian military exercises titled Zapad, but Kyiv suspects that these are preparations for an attack from Belarus. We see and understand this threat, and I think our partners see it too. Russia is not seeking peace. None of its actions are moving in that direction. That is why strength and decisive action are needed, first and foremost from the United States, but also from Europe and the world. Trump will indeed negotiate with Putin, albeit from a position of strength. Just before the meeting, he effectively took Central Asia away from Putin by negotiating peace between Armenia and Azerbaijan, former Soviet republics over which Russia still claims influence. We also know that he imposed serious sanctions on India for importing Russian oil, thus giving Putin a cash injection, so he was preparing the ground. If anyone can stop Putin's imperial ambitions, it is Donald Trump, and the meeting in Alaska could prove to be a turning point.